friends, happy Tuesday. Thanks so much for joining me today. So in today's card tutorial, I was inspired to make this card from a sample that I saw on either YouTube or Pinterest. I can't remember. I scrolled through both, as I'm sure you do as well. And it was using the Summer Happiness washi tape. Now, Stamping Up introduced this, I think it was last year sometime. And I was like, well, I don't know if I really want to use that and how do I use it? But I'm glad I bought this one. The one from last year had flowers on it and whatnot, and which was gorgeous. And they have a couple of others also available. There's one with like greenery and leaves, but I thought this one was really fun. It's got some cool, fun images where we've got sunglasses and pineapples and camera. So it's very vacation-y. So I thought it'd be perfect for summer, and hence the card that we're making today. So let me turn the camera down so we can get started. This is the supplies that we're using. So not too much, right? Really just a couple of pieces. And this is what we're going to be putting the washi tape on. And this is what the washi tape looks like. And it's this nice big roll. I just tore it. And it does tear easily, so just be careful with that. And I guess I tore it because I needed a little piece from here, but we'll fix that though. So what you do is you just unroll it. And what I like to do is I like to get a piece of, I think this is 3.5. So this measures 3.5, and then whatever you want the length. But I like to do it a little bit longer, so then I can use the piece that I need for my card. And then I also have extra where I can die cut some pieces. So you know what, let's just put this on here while we have this out. Oop, just got stuck. See, and it does come off very easily, so not to worry about that. And I want to go a little bit longer because I've got this little overhang here. So we're just gonna carefully apply this. And as I mentioned, this is 3.5 inches wide, and so is my card base, my cardstock. Now, I just got cheapy Michael's cardstock. I don't want to use my good Stamping Up one. And really, you could even use like copy paper if you wanted to for this. But I thought this would be perfect. So then I am going to take my scissors, turn it over, and I'm just going to trim off the excess. Just like so, like so, and that's it. So now I have this ready, and I'll cut the piece that I need, which is going to be 3.5 high by 4.25. So let's just do that right now. And let me see, which side do I want to go on? Let's see what this side does. Now, let me tear off these pieces here, just so they don't get stuck on my trimmer. So let's see what we're gonna do here. So we have, what did I say I needed? 4.25. So 4.25 would be here. So we're cutting those sunglasses off. And what about this side here? I think we're gonna go with this side. Yeah, so then I can get these sunglasses in completely. Although I do miss that camera though, but that's kind of cute. So let's go here. And what I can do is from the other side, I will die cut it. So, and you can see I have a little excess here, so I'm just going to trim that away. I actually like to use an X-Acto knife for this, but I did not bring it with me. So we're just going to use the scissors, cut that away. I see I still have a little excess here, so I'm just going to trim that away. So the washi tape is very easy to work with. If you remember years ago, we used to have, I used to collect washi tape, I think. I used to use it a lot in scrapbooking. Just added a cool little element. You know, you just rip a few pieces and add them to your page, to your layout. But this is kind of cool because now you can actually die cut it. So there you go. All right, so that is good. So now I have this piece that we can use to die cut the sunglasses, the flower, the pineapple, another flower there, the cherries. I mean, there's a lot that you could do with this. And let me take that out of the way and I will show you the stamp and dies that it coordinates with. Put that here. So let's see. So the stamp and dies are the Summer Happiness stamp set. I am actually not using the stamp set. I'm going to use the dies. So these are the dies. Very cool. And then I am using Happy Birthday from the Scallop Blooms stamp set. And I will be using this die right here. So let me take that out, which is the third smallest, I guess, or third biggest. I don't know, it depends. If you count from this way, it's the fifth one, fifth biggest, fifth one. And then we're going to take the Happy Birthday out. And let's see, take out Happy Birthday because I'm going to need that. I'll put this aside. The other part that I am using is I'm going to use these old masks. I think they were called artistic masks or something like that. I don't have the piece in here, but they're old, they're retired. I'm not even sure if they were part of a paper pumpkin. I think they were part of a paper pumpkin, but I don't remember. They are retired, but you can use any mask for this. You can also use an embossing folder. That would work as well. All right, and then let's see, I want to get the sunglasses, and I'm going to try to cut as much as I can. So the sunglasses, we have a pineapple. We do have a pineapple. And the flower and the soda pop. And I'm not going to do the flip-flops because I do have a couple of those already cut. Okay, so let me set these aside. And what do I need? So let's do some die cutting first, right? Let's do some die cutting first. I think that's a good idea. Set this aside here. And can I do this in my mini? You know what? It will fit in the mini Stamp and Cut and Emboss machine. However, I'm going to use the large one. All right. So let me put this on my positioner so I don't forget. Put that there, and we'll set that aside. Okay, so let's put this here. Pull that out. So I'm going to put my soda or lemonade. I guess there are lemons in there. And I got my sunglasses here. So, and then we got our pineapple. And I think I'm going to cut out the melon mambo flower, which is this one right here. Let's see, there's a way this goes on, and I think it's, I don't know. Let's try this. You might have to spin it around to get it just right. Okay. And then you have all your little pieces cut out. So you got your flower, and we have our soda pop or lemonade, our sunglasses, cool. Although they didn't cut out so good, so I might have to run this through again. But I do have another one, so I'll leave those alone. And then where is my pineapple? And the pineapple. So, how cool is that? Anyway, okay, let's actually use this because I need to die cut. I need another pair of sunglasses. So I'm going to die cut this out of this piece here. Nobody's going to see that. So what else do I know? Oh, the scallop. And then the scallop will cut out of here as well. Okay, and my top plate. Alright, so I think we can probably start doing some, let me see, did I score this? No. All right, let's score this. I have it vertical at 4.5 by 11. So I'm going to score this at 5.5. I'll line it up against my trimmer edge, just so I make sure that the edges are good before I burnish it. Okay. And my bone folder. And I like to burnish both sides so it lays nice and flat. All right, so we are going to get, let's see, a piece of scrap paper. And let's see, do I have any adhesive in here? Because I want to tack it down with something. I could just use my hands, which I may end up doing because I don't see anything in here. Okay, so I'll just be very careful. Okay, so I'm going to lay this over this. Now I just need the top part and the bottom part because nobody's going to see the center part because this piece will be going right there in the center. Okay, so so I have Melon Mambo and my blending brush. Oh, I always have trouble with this one. It's like it leaks a lot. I don't know why. Maybe because I don't use it too much. All right, and let me get a block out. Okay, so let's load up our brush. Yeah, see, this is quite juicy. So I'm just gonna start blending on here and adding some color and dimension. Oh, I see that I moved that a little bit. See, that's why the tape is good. You can add as little or a lot color. You know, I like to start out light and then go darker. Because you can always add, but you can't take away. And then once I'm done, I can wipe off my mask. Comes off very easily, either with your chamois or with a wet wipe or paper towel. And then we'll come. Stampin' Up! Does have some masks available. One of them looks like rocks or maybe waves or river rocks. It reminds me of river rocks. And then the other one is polka dots, I believe. So there you go. So let me just make sure how this fits on here. Yeah, so see, you won't even see too much of it. So I think that's perfect. Let's leave that open. I'm going to set this aside so I don't accidentally get my fingers in it. You know what? While the ink is open, let's stamp our happy birthday on our scalloped circle. I'm going to go on an angle. This just fits on here. So let's put this on an angle like so. And then we're done with the ink. Okay, beautiful. Oh, you know what? Well, we're going to leave it like that. That should have been done in Summer Splash, not Melon Mambo, but that's okay. It's all right. Nobody knows. Nobody knows, right? All right, let's put this aside. That aside. Okay, so let's, this piece goes on the inside. So let me put this down. I'm just going to use some liquid glue to adhere this to, actually, we need to put it on here first. Yep, let me not forget to do that. So I'm just going to put it around the edge since I do have those cuts in the middle. I don't want to get my hand on that. And that's just going to leave a little bit peeking out of the Summer Splash. Now, Summer Splash is a retired color. The color in this washi tape is actually Coastal Cabana, but I didn't have Coastal Cabana, like a whole pack, so that's why I'm using this. I see it's overhanging just a bit, so I'm going to trim that up a little. But let's make sure it fits on here, because maybe let's see. Yeah, it's overhanging a little, so this is just a little bit big. So let's scissors. All right, I will add this piece now to the card base front. I'm going to center it, so I'm looking for equal spacing top and bottom. And I think we need to go up just a little bit. So, okay. All right, then I have cut a bunch of these. These are actually the centers of, oh, you can't even see those, can you? They're the center of the sunglasses. So we're going to do that. I got my sunglasses, and then I make sure that I have two pieces that are matching. It goes like this here, and this one over there. Okay. So let's just add a little bit of glue. I'm going to add the glue to this part. You could also use silver in here instead of black. That too would look very nice. Okay, then we're going to do, let's see, where should we put our sentiment? How about, I think I'm going to put it here. And I'll put the sunglasses over these sunglasses like so. I'll hide the pineapple a little. Or maybe not. No. What do you think? Kind of feel like, you know, maybe we should do something like that and do this over here. Should we do this? We'll do this. Okay, so I'm going to lay this down flat. I decided to show up both sunglasses. I'm not a big flip-flop person, so I don't mind hiding the flip-flops. Maybe I should just go here and hide the flip-flops altogether. I'm sorry if you're a flip-flop person. I just never cared for them. Were always so uncomfortable to me, so never got into that. Never got into that. Okay, we'll pop this up on dimensionals. We'll put one on each lens. And we'll pop up our lemonade. There, and then I'll put one of these little ones over here. Okay, so what did I say? We're going to put these over here. I think we're just going to put them right down here. You know, I should have cut these in that color. I think I'm going to use those there. Well, you know what? It's okay. Oh, I tell you, such decisions. So I'm going to put that over there, okay? And then we'll put the soda pop over here. I feel like I need something here. Maybe I should put the pineapple over it like this. What do you think? I think that looks cute, right? It's kind of hiding the bee, though. So we'll just angle it like that. Okay. Let's get those dimensionals again. Like so. Okay, there we go. Okay, so how cool is that? Don't you love how that looks? I do too. All right, let me put in my inner piece. And actually, let's get our mask out again. because a little bit right down in this little corner down here, like so. And I'm not even going to re-ink this. I'll just go like this. See what that looks like. Yeah, I think that's perfect. All right, so let's put this on the inside. Oops, almost put it on the wrong side. And by doing that on the inside, it just ties it in with the outside of the card. So pretty. I love the way that turned out. Let me show you my other two samples. They used a different mask, but pretty much the same concept. So to see what I did over here, I really should have done this in the Melon Mambo. So what I messed up, but that's okay. It looks good. I love the way it turned out. I hope you do too. Please be sure to leave me a thumbs up, letting me know that you liked the video. Make sure you share it with your friends, and also leave a comment letting me know what you liked about it. Let me know if you've tried the washi tape, if you've heard of it or not, or, you know, whatever. Anyway, friends, thanks so much for joining me today. I truly appreciate you and your business, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.